YouTube, what's happening? Wanted to do a quick review of this Ryobi 18 gauge cordless nailer, and this is a all battery. There's no gas cartridges, which makes it really nice. Just some general info on this thing. Approximately from here to here is about 11.5 with this battery. This way it's approximately 11.5 if you have the 2 amp hour battery on there. Maybe take off a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch, but kind of about an 11 by 11 package. With this setup right here, it's gonna weigh 7.2 pounds. With the 2 amp hour battery, it's gonna weigh 6.4 pounds. I personally like it better with the smaller battery. It just gives it a better feel in your hand as far as the overall weight. It's not much, but it does matter. So this nailer has a lot of advantages. One of them being that it is Ryobi, and there are a lot of other tools that Ryobi sells that go with this battery that are very competitively priced, fair priced, I would say. And I would say Ryobi is even a more bargain tool than a lot of the other ones. And for the type of stuff that I do, Ryobi tools have been more than acceptable with their performance. You know, I don't know if you take it and compare this thing to a Milwaukee or something like that, how it's going to hold up longevity wise. But I'm not a professional user of this. I'm just kind of a here and there and every now and again use it, and it works fine for me. It always shoots the nails properly, accurately. Don't have any jamming up here in this end. It just does a really good job. And a couple things about this nailer is it does have a kind of a power setting back here where you can give it a little bit more power for it to drive the nail if you're in harder material. I've never messed with that. It's always done good for me with the materials that I've been shooting nails into. You have a setting here that will control the depth of the nail going in, and internally inside of here, that little switch goes from single shot to a rapid fire type situation. I never use it on rapid fire. I always just use the single shot method. This nailer will take 5/8 inch 18 gauge nail all the way up to a 2 inch 18 gauge nail. And if you're looking inside the magazine here, you can see that it'll hold a full sleeve of nails. That's a complete full sleeve there. Close it up, it's ready to go. And once again, the real nice advantage of this is it's gasless. So you don't have to worry about having the gas cartridge in there and replacing that and just messing with those, keeping them on hand. I have never counted or paid attention to the amount of nails that I'm driving. And usually I'm driving at least 1.5 inch or 2 inch nails. I very rarely use the shorter nails, so the longer nails. But I use the smaller battery, the 2 amp hour battery. And I know a year or so ago, I helped a friend of mine do a renovation in a building. And we were just doing some trim work, but it was a rectangular, it was a rectangular building, and they wanted to section off the back half of a wall and then put a wall down the middle, so it ended up with 3 rooms. So there was a lot of trim on the floor, overhead, around some doors they had in there. And we used this thing like a champ, and not one time did it ever mess up, misfire, you know, where you're sitting there going, I can't even use this tool because it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. It worked flawlessly. So I'm really happy with the Ryobi tools and the other ones. And I'll do some other reviews with some of those other Ryobi tools that I have, because I think they're really good value for the money, and they perform really well for what they are. Yep, that's pretty much it that I've got on this nailer. Just wanted to recommend it. And if you're ever out there looking for a cost-effective 18 gauge finish nailer, this is a really good one to try. So if you're out there and you see one, and don't be scared to give it a shot. I think you'll really like it, no matter what you're doing around the house, from just small hobby stuff to tacking 2 things together, to actually, you know, going to do a major project where you have to rely on a nailer to get you done. One thing I'll do quick before we end this is I'll just bring out a block of wood and shoot a couple nails in it, so you can. So I don't know if you can see that, but the way I have it set is probably a 1/16 of an inch or so down into the wood, and that's 3 pieces of soft pine, man, but it's still driving them through absolutely no problem. and sinking the heads just perfectly. So if you had to do any finish work, quick dab of putty, sand it, not a lot of cleanup, not a lot of mess, and you've got your project nailed together with a excellent nailer. The Ryobi P320 cordless nailer, non-gas version that takes the Ryobi battery, which fits a lot of other Ryobi tools as well. All right, give it a shot. I think you'll like it. Have a good day.